everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to draw hybrid orbitals. I highly recommend that you watch my hybridization video because if you don't know what S or SP or SP2, SP3 is, it's going to be very hard for you to draw the actual hybridization inside of these molecules. And so go and watch that video and come back to this video. I'm going to assume that you did that, and in this video I'm going to show you how to draw ethane and formaldehyde. My first pro tip would be, again, check with your professor what they want specifically in their class, but in my class they wanted us to draw the carbon, the oxygen, the nitrogen, but not the hydrogens. And I would label my carbons. First, I would draw the actual molecule, right? And then use that as a guide to draw my hybrid orbitals. So in this molecule, I would draw 2 carbons, and then I would see the hybridization of each carbon. So as you can see, each carbon has 4 groups surrounding it. So it's going to have 4 sp3 hybridizations surrounding it. Each hydrogen is going to be S, and so then I'm going to draw each S around it. I also have a sigma bond between each carbon, and so I would draw that the hybridizations overlapping, and then signal and draw on there a sigma bond as so. So as you can see, my S and my sp3s are overlapping, and my 2 carbon, my 2 sp3s are overlapping and forming a sigma bond, again, between both carbons. And I'm also having that written and drawn on there. As you can see, I also, like I said, I drew my carbons, and then I drew the hybridizations that I have surrounding those carbons, again, showing the overlap. Again, you're probably not going to be drawing this on a laptop or on your iPad. I mean, for some of you, that would be amazing and great if your professor lets you to do that. But usually you have to do it on paper. And so what I would recommend is kind of like drawing like a circle and then showing those circles overlap for the hybridizations. I try to do that in color. I also recommend doing these things in color, asking your professor if you can draw in color, because it helps you see like where your orbitals are actually overlapping. Now, let's move to formaldehyde. As you can see from formaldehyde, again, I would draw 1 oxygen and I would draw 1 carbon. I would also see that, okay, in carbon, I have 3 sp2s, because again, I only have 3 groups, so I have sp2s. I would draw my 3 sp2s surrounding the carbon. For oxygen, I also have 3 sp2s, but I would also draw the pair of electrons. You need to draw the pair of electrons. You can't just say sp2 and ignore them. My professor specifically wanted us to draw the sp2 and have the pair of electrons inside of each sp2. And then lastly, this one is going to be really different because you're going to have pi bonds. And again, I'm going to show you how I drew it. But if you see on my diagram, I have 2 pi bonds labeled. Just know there's only 1 pi bond in formaldehyde. The first is a sigma. The second bond, as you can see in the carbonyl group, is a pi bond. You only have 1 pi bond. So then some of you are going to be like, well, then why do you have 2 pi bonds labeled on your drawing? It's because obviously it's not, the pi bonds are attaching on each side and forming that connection. That's how you have it drawn. So know that formaldehyde only has 1 sigma and 1 pi, but on the drawing you're showing on each side the pi bond connecting. So that's why it kind of seems like on the drawing there's 2, but in reality there is only 1. Again, I also drew my sigma bond that is connecting the 2 sp2s. Also, again, on the oxygen, I have my pair of electrons in the top 2 sp2s to show that I do have 2 pairs of electrons. Again, these videos take time to create, so please follow, like, share. And again, if I went too quickly, please rewatch the video. Please pause and feel free to watch and examine how I have my drawings. I'm sorry that I didn't draw at the same time that I was talking, but it's kind of hard to do so. And so again, please feel free to pause and see how I have each thing labeled. I tried to color code it to make it as easy as possible for y'all to see and examine and study. So again, thank you for watching and happy studying.